This will be the only Kayo lineup video you will need for Ascent. My name is Big Noobski. I'm an Ascendant player who plays Initiator only. And today I will be showing you a bunch of lineups. So the first lineup is a pretty simple and direct one. You sit in this corner, and as you can see, it lands in the middle of sight, clears everything. Then there's this grenade. Throw the grenade at the highest point in the jump, and it will land straight in the middle of generator. After that, if you want to support your team, you can throw a flash like this that will guaranteed flash anyone who holds rafters here. I don't think it blinds tree, but this is a great flash to do if you don't want to just left click a flash like this or right click one around the corner like this. I think it's a lot more consistent, and if you tell your team I'm throwing a high flash or something like that, they will understand, and you can throw this flash beautifully. It's a pretty loose lineup, and it will blind anyone that's trying to peek your teammates. Now, for a post-plant lineup, you can aim right here in the middle of these two things, just about. Throw it, and it will land right here. And then another one, let's just say you've planted in this spot, you can play back here, throw this nade, and maybe even combine it with this so that it pops as you swing out. Beautiful. If you want to play lineups closer to the site when it's planted here, something you can do is line it up like this, throw the nade, and it will land exactly where you want it to. It takes a little bit longer to land, but you are immediately near the spike. This is pretty much all I have for attacker on A site. Now, let's move on over to the B site. Now, there's a few different lineups that I've used over the past.
There's this one, which lines up with this pole.
But instead, it lands here onto the site, as you can see right here. And it basically clears sight. But all of these lineups are pretty much for the Killjoy or Cypher that potentially plays on B. If you know where they're playing, then try and throw a knife near where they are so you can disable the util for your teammates. Then, one flash that I love using is running back. Walking back with the flash makes it so that the flash doesn't go as far away as usual. As you can see right there, it severely slows down. So I throw it through the window like this, and it blinds closer than if you were to just do a standing throw like this. As you can see, it goes all the way over there, and it blinds way less. Now, there's one more flash I want to mention, which is this one, which I created myself. Aim right over here, and it blinds under here. But let's just say your teammates trying to peek a short over here. The flash pops right there. It's pretty much undodgeable, and it's really good. So I use this flash lineup all the time. It's really useful. I'm kind of a god for making it myself. What I now want to do is move over to defense, which has a few interesting lineups, starting with a site, which I don't have a knife lineup for because it's very simple. I want deep info, I throw it like this. I want info close, I throw it like this. You don't really need a lineup for everything, otherwise you're just gonna look like a wannabe Silva. Aside from that, there's a lineup for people who like to be show-offs that I made myself. You throw it like this, line it up, and it should land here. Perfect. Clears B main, but honestly, you should just be using your knife over here. I have a beautiful lineup that goes like this. You try and line yourself up with this. It's a pretty loose lineup, and then you aim somewhere around here. As you can see, you sort of line it up with this and do a running throw. And it bounces off of here and clears out the left side of tiles. Something you can combine it with, which is honestly a good flash on its own, is this flash. This pops right over there. So it doesn't blind anyone on this side, but it does blind every single part of mid. So let's just say you know that they're walking out mid, you have a teammate right here, and you throw this flash and you swing out with him. They will all be blind. Anyone who's peeking this or inside of here or on top mid, they're all gonna be blind. It's a completely perfect and amazing flash. If you have a duo who plays mid, this is perfect for you. Now before we go into B, I want to show you a few lineups that I learned a long ass time ago. This is for mid rotate pretty much. You can throw a lineup here, and this will land in the same spot as the earlier lineup, and it lands somewhere around here. There's another one. You aim into the middle of the fragment grenade. You throw it. It lands here. Clears out A main. If you know that they are in A main and you're playing back here, really useful. Onto the B side. I feel like it's pretty much the same as A site on defense. All you really have to do is throw a knife like this, or if you don't want it broken, like they've been breaking it all game, you throw it like that. A flash lineup I really like is this. If your teammate's trying to peek, you can throw that flashbang. Something that I also like to do is if I hear them close, then I go like this. They walk blind into this corner and they take a bunch of damage from the nade. You can also throw this if they're trying to get the orb. It will do a lot of damage and it kind of fucks them over. It's kind of good. Another one that I really like using is this. This will delay the plant so your team has more time. It bounces off of here and it lands on the plant spot. I kind of messed it up there. You have to be running for a little bit longer. But you basically just line it up like this, start running, and throw it like this. Bounces and goes behind the default plant spot. Absolutely amazing. And I think for the most part, you know, aside from like simple flashes like this that are just loose lineups, that's pretty much it. If you want to see one more for another map, please leave in the comments which one. And maybe if you want to see lineups for another initiator, which I will be doing